Good afternoon, children. We have to start now first lesson in the geography, and the lesson name is resources. Children, you might have you might have seen different things in your house, like clothes, utensils, food grains, combs, bottle of honey, books, etc., etc. All these things are resources. So, what resource means? Anything that can be used to satisfy a need is called a resource. Okay, anything that can be used to satisfy a need, it is resource. Take example, rickshaw or your school bus. It's a resource. Water you drink when you feel thirsty, it's a resource. Electricity in your home, it's a resource. So this water, electricity, look at this water, this cotton, clothes, all these trees, all these are resources. Rickshaw, vegetable, textbook, all these have something in common. They have all been used by us. So they have utility. And what utility is? There are some characteristics of resources. One is utility, another is value, and third one is economic value. Now, what utility means first we will see. Utility, a resource which is in the form of object or substance. Example, rickshaw, bus, electricity, water, etc. Value means worth. Things become resources only when they have a value. Remember. Then example of economic value. See, some resources have economic value, some do not. For example, metals, when they have economic value, they may have economic value, but a beautiful landscape may not have economic value. But both the resources are important and they satisfy the human needs. Alright, your grandmother's home remedies have no commercial value today, but if they are patented and sold by a medical firm, they could become economical valuable. See, children, people themselves are the most important resources. It's because of their ideas, knowledge, inventions, discoveries that led to the creation of more resources. Each discovery or invention leads to many others. For example, you take a discovery of fire, led to the practice of cooking and other processes, while the invention of wheel ultimately resulted in the development of newer mode of transport. You know that technology to create hydroelectricity has turned energy in fast flowing water into an important resource. Then the next point we have to see types of resources. See, children, there are three type of resources. One is natural resource, another is human made, and human, as I said, human itself, they are the resources, important resources. Then natural resources, first point. Resources drawn from nature and used without modification are called natural resources. Remember, without any modification, some resources are used from nature. They are called natural resources. Take example, air you breathe, water you drink, soil, mineral. All these are natural resources. They are the gifts of nature and we use it directly. In some cases, tools and technology may be needed to use a natural resource in the best possible way. Remember. See, children, natural resources are classified into different groups depending upon their level of development. Which those groups are? First one is use, second one is origin, third one is stock, and fourth one is distribution. Remember, these are the four different groups we classify natural resources. Children, on the basis of their development and use, resources can be classified into two groups. One is actual resources and another is potential resources. Now, what actual resources means? Resources whose quantity is known and used in present. For example, rich deposits of coal in the Ruhr region of Germany. It's an actual resource. There are, you take example, petroleum in West Asia, dark soil of the Deccan Plateau in Maharashtra. All these are actual resources. Then potential resource means what? Potential resources are those whose quantity is not known and used in the future. For example, high speed winds were a potential resource 200 years ago. Today they are actual resource, and wind farm generated energy using windmills like in Netherlands. These are potential resources. Or you can take example, the uranium found in Ladakh is an example of potential resource. Based on their origin, resources can be divided into two groups. One is biotic and another is abiotic. Abiotic resources are non-living, while biotics are living things. Soils, rocks and minerals are abiotic, and plants and animals are biotic resources. Look at this. Abiotic resources are non-living and biotic resources are plants and animals. Remember this. Then natural resources can be broadly classified into renewable and non-renewable resources. Now what a renewable means and what a non-renewable means, we will see. Renewable resource means which can be renewed or replenished quickly. These are unlimited resources. For example, solar, wind energy or any other type of energy. These are what? Renewable resources. Water seems to be unlimited renewable resources. What non-renewable resource means? Resources which cannot be renewed or cannot be replenished quickly. Once stock is exhausted, it takes thousands of the years to be renewed. For example, you take petroleum, coal, etc. Minerals, mineral oil, everything. Look at these examples of renewable resources and non-renewable resources. Rest part of the lesson we will see in the second session. Till then, if there are any doubts, you can ask your doubts. You can share your doubts to my personal number. Thank you.